I made this in 2015 when I was going to the Rugby World Cup at the time. And I used to just turn up outside the ground with these, pretty basic, and hand them out. This is how long I've been doing this, right? And I just, at the time, I remember I printed them off, cost me like 30, 40 bucks. Said to my wife, oh, I'm off out the door. We only had one child back then, so life was simpler. And I went down and handed them out, spoke to people, it was really good. And all of a sudden, one person went, hey, mate, I've got a spare ticket, do you want to come in? I was like, I haven't bought any cash, mate, because I genuinely hadn't. I just had come to hand these out. He's like, no, you clearly love the game. I've got a spare. It's not going anywhere. Come in with us. So I did. It was amazing. My wife, I called her and I was like, oh, I'm not going to be home for tea. And she was like, fine, cool, congratulations. And then I carried on the next week because there was a load of games at Twickenham during the 2015 World Cup. And there was another game I went to and the same thing happened. And my wife was like, Dave, are you taking the piss? And I probably was, because I'd realised that this was pretty cool. In the end, I think I wound up, I think I had 2 different group games that I got to. I went to the quarterfinal between Scotland and Australia. Scots, I'm sorry, I know that you'll be gutted just hearing mention of it. I went into the semi-final, Argentina versus Australia. I think I paid 20 quid for that, because that was what I had on me. I'd paid for my own ticket to the semi-final, New Zealand versus South Africa, because I live locally, so I'd gone into a ballot and managed to get hold of that. It was expensive, but cool. And then the final, I went down, and I basically agreed a budget with my wife. I think I had 350 quid in my pocket, and I spent that on the ticket. I was so stoked to get hold of one. Face value was a lot more, but that was the money I had. I'd actually been made redundant, like a month before, so it was super cool of my wife to be like, yeah, even if we had been made, like, spend the money. This is a World Cup final. You've only been to one previously. I'd been at the 2010 Rugby World Cup final for the women. And this was going to be my first men's Rugby World Cup final. So it was amazing. Really, it's just a story time to kind of go, I've been at this a long time. I've been really lucky. There's been some cool things happen. But I tend to go into it with a passion and a drive for making rugby's lineal world titles a thing. And good stuff happens when I try and do good stuff. And I think there's something in that actually my focus has always been on how do I make things more fun for players and fans. And whenever I do that, things work out well. Anyway, this is a long ramble, and if you're still here, congratulations.